All right, welcome back to the stream, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. Hotfix, Mark, Gabe, welcome back to the stream. We'll give folks a few minutes to join. We have Gabe on us so far, or on with us so far. We'll give everybody a moment
Hey,
to
everyone.
join. I'm assuming everybody can hear Gabe.
Yeah, they don't miss anything if they can hear me.
The internet calls out all mistakes. Trust me, I know. Hey, Ed, welcome back. I'm assuming Ed and Hotfix got the Teams link since you got the same one. I don't know if they can't join. Oh, you're in the lobby. It does not show you in the lobby.
Yeah, he's grounded. Yeah, Hotfix is not showing you in the lobby.
I'll resend the link to you, sir.
And Mark, Gabe would be me. GB.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. There's Hotfix.
Don't add him.
All right.
There we go. You guys.
Yeah, don't add him. Oh, too late.
The security settings are fairly loose on Teams these days. Just kidding. The only person we don't have is Robert. I think he's joining. I did send him a link. Robert, if you're out there and can't join, send a message in chat. But otherwise, I think we can get started. I didn't see anything new on here other than it does look like they have some more colors of the multicolor silk. Yeah, 3 new colors.
They increased the special on the filament down to $13.99
Oh yeah,
again.
I did see that. I did see that.
If you buy
too.
6, yeah.
Never tell me they have the special back on, guys. Come on now.
Yeah, they put the special on like 3 days after I received my order.
Yep, that's about how it goes. And it almost looks like they get some new colors. No. Just looks like there's a lot of colors of PLA Basic now. It's a bunch.
Hey, Doc.
Lenny, I would say, did you see what I sent you? The link. Mr. Rumors that the Bamboo's coming out with an H1.
No, I did. I saw that link, but I didn't watch
You didn't
that
open
video.
it. Well,
I haven't watched the video yet.
There's a video on YouTube. There's some pictures that shows a printer. It looks the same size as the H2D, but only has, instead of 2 hot ends, has only 1 hot end. And supposedly it's has all the features, I guess, that the H2D has, but the only one had hot end, and it would be cheaper and would weigh less, so it would be faster than. That's what they're saying in the video I sent you. But these are, again, rumor. There's nothing official. But there is supposedly a picture of part of a printer from the inside.
Yeah, I think the best part of the H2D is the dual nozzle. So if you got rid of that, it's kind of a meh for me.
Oh, I guess it depends on the price point.
And but it also gives you the full bed, because right with 2 nozzles, you can't reach both sides with the
Well,
two
if it has the
nozzles.
larger bed, then that would
Yeah, yeah,
be.
it's supposedly the same size bed, but with only one nozzle, and it's a lighter nozzle because the nozzle on the H2 is fairly heavy. So the speculation is it would be faster. But again, all these are speculations.
See, I was thinking
I
like something like a P1S with dual nozzle, like the same size, build plate size with dual nozzle. Be pretty compelling for people, I would believe.
Plus, some people are saying that they wanted the full, be able to use the entire bed size, and with two nozzles you can't because it uses the second nozzle
Yeah,
takes. Yeah, that's
it
what they're
barely,
saying.
yeah, it barely cuts it off. We'll see. We'll see what they say. But for me personally, and this will be in like my 3 or 6 month review or whatever of it. Like I was really excited about the larger build plate, but like it has come in handy a couple of times. But I've used the dual nozzle way more than the larger build plate.
Oh, I use a dual nozzle all the time.
Yeah, all the time. So like that's where I'm saying like anything single nozzle, I'm gonna be spoiled on these days. I'm gonna be like meh. But I get it, like the larger build plate, and you get the extra what 3/4 of an inch on each side to get the full build plate, I guess. But you don't even
Yeah,
really get the full build plate on the X1C either. Like you can't go all the way to the extreme edge of those things anyway. So it's not like
yeah.
you're giving up that much real estate. But I get it. I get it. That'll be interesting. But I was thinking more along the lines of putting that dual nozzle in their normal printers. Obviously, not the bed slinger, but like a P1S or P1P with a dual nozzle would be cool. Because imagine how fast a 2 color print would be in that thing
I also
with the
find
dual nozzle. It would
the
be
the
insane.
the finishing on the H2. I find it. I mean, the X1C is very good. The H2D, the quality of the build is it appears way superior. I mean, so much better built, I think. Which, by the way, I'm still having a problem with my.
Oh, I thought you
Uh,
said that you had fixed it.
I thought I had until I didn't. Uh, because what happens is I can manually close the flap. If you take the filter out, you'll see there's a flap that raises when you have the heat
Mm-hmm.
when you changed it from cooling to heating, and mine wasn't opening and closing. Well, that's one of my that one I did AI, by the way. I just I went to Maker World and told them to make a Cavalier with black color, uh, pink shell Cavalier, black color, and that's the way it did it by itself. I mean, it's not. I didn't generate it myself. The program did it. It's not one that I downloaded. I asked the AI and the Maker World to do it for me. Not that difficult. Anyway, finishing what I was saying is they're sending me Bamboo is sending me a part that I have to receive it by Wednesday that I'm supposed to take a server out and replace it. It's going to be a little pain in the neck. So we'll see.
You
I'm
already
I'm
get to tear
debating.
that thing apart. That's awesome.
I'm yeah. I'm debating maybe not do it because all I need to do to if I'm gonna use the heat element, all I have to do is just take the filter out and manually raise it and then put the filter back in and close it and then it's working fine. But then I have to open it back up, bring the flaps down by taking the filter out and bringing the flaps down and changing it to cooling, and it'll cool fine. But I have to do it manually. So they said that it looks like the server is bad. So I had to. They're sending a piece that I had to take the server out from that piece, is an inner lining. And then the instruction says you got to be careful because some of the parts may fall inside the printer and maybe it's difficult to go. I said, ah, shit. So I'm debating if I'm going to do it or not. But anyways, arriving on Wednesday. So
Yeah, good luck with that. Let us know how that goes. Take pictures of
yeah.
taking
Eh,
that thing apart.
oh yeah. I'll let you know if I do it or not. Because it worked fine. I mean, it's just that I have to manually move the damn thing, you know?
So tell us about this little doggy in the window, as Hotfix
Well,
said.
well, a little dog in the window. I was saying this is AI generated, Maker's World. You can actually take a picture you have of whatever, and then it'll actually draw a AI generated figure. This one, I just told him, create one for me, and I told him what I wanted, and it did that. But I'm not too completely happy with it. It looks like it has a Batman eyes on it. Eh, I should have changed that a little bit. But anyway, that's it. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's free. I mean, you have some points that you created, so they do it for free. So I did this one.
Bat dog.
That's what it looks like.
That's so funny. Did it tell you what colors to use, or did you get to select the colors? I haven't
I
played with
I
that one yet.
I I uh, I mean, you can. I did one for my two sons. They have Cavalier, King Charles Cavalier. My oldest son has one that is black. That's why I added this one. And I have seen in Maker World somebody had created with AI one that it's a King Charles Cavalier, but it's brown. It's a and it's a came out great. And I used it. And I printed it. And I showed it to you guys. I printed it. Say AI generated. So I decided to do this one. Um, and you can change the colors, of course. They suggest colors. I said I wanted it black, so they gave me black. And then I did use the paint feature when I imported later on into Bamboo Studio. I did change some of the colors around, and they suggest you do that to. There was some color kind of weird the way they were painting it, so I kind of changed it a little bit. It's easy to use.
Yeah, that's super
You can
cool.
ask. You can ask whatever. I took a picture of my granddaughter. My granddaughter lives in Louisiana, and and you actually can scan it, bring it in, and then it'll create like a cartoon of the picture, and it's pretty cool. This is just a snake. For some reason, I thought that it came with the eyes. It doesn't come with the eye. I had to manually paint the eye. I couldn't. It wasn't in Maker World. I don't know what happened. The file doesn't have the eyes.
That's
I
weird.
printed two versions of them. Yeah, weird. Well, I painted them. This is painted. The eyes are painted in this one.
Yeah, it'd be so much better if things were painted on there.
I
But
mean,
let's go to the site with the multicolor printers with filament of every color that you could possibly do, and let's upload a model that doesn't utilize any of that.
Not everyone has real printers.
But there's Thingiverse, printables. There's all these other sites that
They
support
just do it
like
for the
all of
points.
those. Yeah.
Yeah, but they just do it for the points.
Yeah, it's just irks me. I'm just
I just want
like,
to point out we made it about 15 minutes before somebody brought up real printers. Good job, guys. We made 15 minutes.
and it wasn't me. All right, next on here. Oh, Pikachu. It's a multicolor print on a multicolor website. That's pretty awesome. Mark, it wasn't him either.
This one, the if you see the bleeding on the black on the a little bit of the bleeding on the yellow.
Yeah.
Um,
If you notice when these are printing sometimes, like this eye will go far back into the
yeah,
head. And I
yeah,
think that's part of what causes this banding sometimes is how it just fills in this part is like way back in the head. So there's like a lot of black that's behind this yellow.
yeah. But I tell you what, if you use I didn't print the H with the H2D here. Had I used the H2D, it would have told me to use one nozzle for yellow
Yep.
and the other one for the other colors, and it wouldn't have been like this at all. But I didn't, I printed. I did these prints for a friend of mine that her granddaughter asked her to print three different Pokemon characters. This is one of them. And so I had my three printers printing three of them, three different ones. And I used the H2D to print the last one that you'll see here out of this. And this one I printed out of one of the X1Cs. And you get this in the X1C because it only has one nozzle. And the H2D, if you use a yellow and one nozzle, only a yellow and one nozzle, and then the black and the red and the other nozzle, then you won't see it because it won't bleed into it. And also the amount of purging that you have on it. But it came out cute. It was a fairly quick print, even
Yeah, how
though
long did it take to print a bed of these?
let me see. I can look it up. It wasn't that long. Let's see here.
And since you can't get the new Pokemon because scalpers have taken all of them from the stores, at least you could 3D print them.
I'm sorry, I missed that. What was that again?
So I don't know if you've seen online, but like there's a new set of Pokemon cards that came out, and none of the kids can get them because the scalpers are in the stores
Oh, really?
buying them
Oh,
before anybody else. So I was saying, since the kids can't get the cards, at least you could 3D print the little figures.
there you go. I remember my sons were into Pokemons when they were, they're late 30s and early 40s. So Pokemon's been around for a long time. But now my grandkids are into them too. Let's see. Printing 9 of these Pikachu, I think it took 10 hours.
That's not bad. Not bad at all.
This one, the original file in MakerWorld was kind of big. It was a fairly big print, so I reduced it in size to 50%. I didn't want to make them big and printed like I think 9 of them. I printed. I ran out of the spool in the middle of the night, and it sat there all night. And by the time I put a new spool in, you'll see there's a line there. You see the line? Since it didn't print for like 8 hours. I was sleeping, and I didn't realize that it ran out of the blue filament. By the time I woke up in the morning, like 8 o'clock, and I finished, I put the reel in. It created that line, and not only the blue, but also on the green, because it just sat there. I guess by the time it came back, even though it kept it warm, it didn't lose a print, but it did. You have
Yeah,
that line
but
there.
I don't think it keeps the top warm. I think it only keeps the bottom warm.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So the
Exactly.
top cooled, and then you brought hot filament right on top of it. So
Yeah.
made a line.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's interesting because the new roll of filament is a slightly different shade than the old one as well.
It does look like a slightly different shade. You can even see on the right and right here, it looks like a different shade.
It's the same one, man. One is old, and the other one is just brand new.
Yeah, no, but I have had that happen with filaments, with bamboo filaments multiple times. I had a yellow that came like that, and it happens all the time with the white.
Could be.
They
Yeah.
just say it's a different batch.
Could be. Yeah, this is a matte blue. I think it's ice blue. I think it is.
I think it's called ice blue. I have this one as well.
Yeah.
I like this color. But yeah, I've noticed that too on some of them, and I've noticed on the pictures it's as like the little strings or whatever. It seems to be more pronounced on the camera than it is in real life. But I've noticed that too, because you can almost, at least on my screen, it's almost two different colors, and the green is the same color, but it still has a line, but it's the same color.
Yeah.
But this is just, you could tell it's slightly different color, like right there.
Yeah.
It's
I hear
really
you.
noticeable, even though it's
Yes,
the
yes.
same exact color from bamboo or whatever. But I've noticed
Exactly.
I've noticed
Exactly. Anyway, but the only difficulty, other than I had a problem that I ran out, the only difficulty I had some hard time getting the support from inside the mouth.
Yeah,
If you
can
back
see
out
the
a little bit,
you
if
can
you
see
back
the
out a little
little
bit,
stickies on the mouth.
but the mouth there was support all from the ground, floor up to under the chin and inside the mouth. Inside the mouth was a pain in the neck because it went all the way in, and the mouth is pretty deep in there. Anyway, but I got it out. Just when I say hard, it took me a few minutes each one instead of taking. Usually these support just come out very easily. They do, but inside the mouth, I had to pray it with a pick. All these, I printed originally. I printed for my friend's granddaughter, but once I print one, you got to print several because of the waste. No matter what, this one I printed also the next one. See.
This one turned out cool.
I have to ask a question about those again. I know you guys just talked about it, but that line on it, I noticed that like if it swaps out the roll right away, that almost doesn't happen like a AMS failover. Is it just because the other filament sat around and cooled off so much? It literally PLA contracted that much. Then when it goes to lay down the new the new layer, it puts a line down.
So I mean, think about it. Each layer line is 0.2 millimeters. That's super tiny. So any little variance in something that small is going to show.
Okay.
I would imagine it shrinks like 0.01 amount or whatever if you let it sit overnight like that. And that's just enough for that next line to just be over enough. I mean, look at these little tiny lines. That's probably these little layer lines when we super zoom in and you're on your 4-foot wide TV or whatever. Like those lines are even smaller than that.
It's 6 foot wide for the record, but
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I get it and I don't at the same time. By the way, those are really cute Squirtles.
Actually, these actually, you see that round circle in the bottom of the belly?
I was just going to ask you.
Fidget.
They're exactly, they spin. You grab them between your finger and you spin them.
Then now Hotfix needs to print it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
There goes all of his blue and brown filament.
Well, hey, it's $13.99 a roll. You can't go wrong.
And they spin they spin pretty well. And this one prints with basically no support. When I say basically, the only thing is they can get a little stuck. You got to get them loose a little bit.
Is this the three blind Squirtles or what?
Yeah, I don't know what these are called. My grandkids came to visit a little while ago. When they saw it, they loved them.
They're event Squirtles, meaning when they run an event in the game, they like give they'll give Pikachu like a hat, or some of them sunglasses. So at least in Pokemon Go, they're called event Pokemon.
Now this was the same, but this have like these glasses on.
Yep.
but it's the
Yeah.
same.
They change one thing and they make it like for example, for Halloween they'll put out a Pikachu with a hat on, a witch's hat
I
on it.
see. Now this one in Maker World came with both the ones with and without the glasses on. These two, they came in the same in Maker World. But they spin. It's cool. I didn't know they spin until I printed them.
That is really cool. That's a pleasant surprise.
Yeah,
I'm
I
really
mean,
glad you'd made those. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to yeah.
let me see if I find it so I can give you the link to it. Let me see.
The faces came out really good too.
Yeah, this one I printed in the H2D. There were, I think I printed 16 of them, but they took like 26 hours, I think it is, for the 26 of them.
That's still not terrible for as many filament swaps as you have to do there.
Yeah.
Not terrible at all.
Let me see if I find the link for. I'll post it in here.
All right. All right. Thanks for sending those in. Awesome prints once again, Ed. Appreciate that. And Gabe, now we'll start with you. Sorry, I forgot all about starting with you. I realized that about 3 photos in. But I think
Yeah, no worries. The plane hasn't taken off from Miami yet, so still have time.
Still have some time. All right. Well, tell us about
Are you leaving?
these.
So these are some ladybugs from a Flexi factory. They were released this same week. They're articulated, the wings move, the legs move, and all that. So the 2 big ones, I printed everything using silk. The smaller one, it only has silk red.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if it was silk because it's really really shiny on the wings. It looks really cool, like a metallic ladybug or whatever. It looks really cool.
That's what I was going for. So give it a bit of shine. You go to the next picture, which is from the front, I believe. So yeah, so you're gonna notice the eyes on the big ones is also shiny, which I was going for that, but I shouldn't have printed just the eyes and the wings. I guess shiny and the rest just regular PLA.
Yeah, that would have been a really cool effect.
Yeah, but I didn't. And I'm not gonna print them that way. So it's too many color changes.
It tied up the printer. How long did it take to print these?
Like printing the 2 big ones took like 20 hours.
Wow.
And when I say big ones, they're I think like 3.5, maybe 4 inches long. So they're not that big either. Now they look amazing.
They look really cool.
The designer did a Flexi Factory. They did a really good job with it.
Especially the one in the middle, it looks like it could just start crawling.
Yeah. The legs move and the body is also flexible with the head and the wings. Yeah, Dr. Doohickey, I do need a can for scale.
So how are Robert asked a good question. How are the wings printed to articulate?
So the wings print separately. So the head, body, legs, everything prints together except the wings. So you install the wings after.
I guess this guy will get covered. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, for those wondering, so that's bamboo black and bamboo white, silk red on the small one, then silk red, flash forge silk black and 0 silk white on the bigger ones.
Really cool models.
Yeah. Yeah, now I need to decide because my subscription to Flexi Factory expires at the end of next month. So I need to decide if I'm going to renew it or not, which I think I will.
Yeah, it seems like you print plenty of stuff from there to make it worthwhile. Like I'm thinking about
Yeah.
it just to be able to print some of the same stuff because there's some really cool models in there.
Yeah, they have some really cool models. I can't deny that. So this is a bit of an inside joke. I gave my niece like a month and a half ago the Flexi Factory mice that I printed that you guys saw here. So I gave it to her, and like a week or two later, I gave her a cat so you could take care of the mice issue. Then I gave her, like 2 weeks later, I printed for her a dog.
To take care of the cat issue.
Exactly. So now I'm going back to print. I printed this just for her because the mice is still there. The cat was too lazy. So this one I used the bamboo wood filament. And you're absolutely right. It doesn't smell like wood. It's at least the rosewood one. It smells a bit of like maple syrup.
Yep.
Then the
How much
cheese
is the
just. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I was going to ask, how much is subscription for? How much you charge? Is it a month?
I did it for a year, and I did it last July, so I have no idea. But I think it was maybe like 90 something or 100 for the whole year.
Yeah, that's not bad for as much
So
stuff that they put out. That's what,
Yeah,
less than $10 a month.
Yeah, so they release, I think it's like 3 to 5 models monthly.
Yeah, it's probably worth looking into.
Yeah, I like it. We got it because my son loves orcas, and they had just released an orca, and he was like, "I want the orca." I was like, "Well, I do like their models, so let's get it." Anyway, so this is the bamboo wood, the silk silver for the metal part of the trap, and just orange for the cheddar cheese.
The cheese actually looks like a real piece of cheese, man.
It does.
Like, I want some cheese now. I'm gonna go raid my fridge in just about a minute.
Oh, you go get some cheese.
Hot Fix is about to hurt his finger.
You hear a large snap and an
Yeah.
F from the other room.
Yeah, a snap and a scream. You know what happened.
That's funny. All right.
So yeah, so I'm gonna be delivering the trap tomorrow. So this is from STL Flex, and I have to say they have some cool stuff, but it's like they're like 90% there. They're missing that touch that makes them special. They look cool, but they don't look cute like the Flexi Factory ones.
Mm-hmm.
But still, it was a cool print.
Mm-hmm.
And this was also all printed using silk. So that's silk plus silver, Le Flash Forge, silk black, silk plus red, silk plus blue for the wings, silk plus Titan gray, and 0 silk green. Robert, I think they call it the pollinator or something like that, or
I like the stinger. It almost looks kind of like a missile in the back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I printed it because it kind of have like a big like an engine, and I just found it cool.
How big is it?
Hold on, I have it around here somewhere. I measure it. It's probably like 3.5 inches.
Oh, really? It looks bigger than that. I thought it was like a foot
Actually,
long.
it is bigger. It's almost 5 inches.
Yeah, it looks like it's a foot long.
No,
There's a lot of details in it. I mean,
yes, there's a lot of details. It's just shy of 5 inches.
mhm. Cool.
Yeah, that one I printed 2 of those at the same time. Don't ask me how long it took because I don't remember. But it probably took like 15 to 16 hours.
That's not
Mhm.
bad.
Yep.
See, here's a can.
See, you can do it.
Oh, I can do it. And I was gonna say, see, I placed a can for hotfix, but I guess someone else was also asking for the can.
I see the can, but I can't see what's behind the can.
No, I know. I did that on purpose.
I
I
know, I
took the
know, I
pictures of the can. I took them at the end actually, and I just
know.
changed the. I put them at the beginning, just for the joke. So this one I actually printed today. That
Oh.
was that prints all in pieces and you just glue it together.
Yeah, I did this about 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, it's a fun print, but I had a
It
lot
is.
of issues with the revolvers.
I did too. I did too.
I had to reprint like 6 times until I just decided to just mess with the direction that it was printing, and it printed decently. It still
Yeah,
has a few issues, but
I
how
printed
many?
like 4 of these. I printed like 4 of these. I gave them out. I
Oh,
only kept one.
you're braver than me.
Well, I mean, once if you, I mean, it fits in other than the hat, everything else you can print several at one time.
True.
I mean, it's all glued together. What takes some time is gluing, and the guns I had I had a hard time with them.
So it's 12 plates.
Okay,
Got it.
yeah, it's a lot.
But the plates are pretty much empty because it's 1 plate per color. So I did a print by object, and I added multiple pieces for different colors in 1 plate. So and they would print just 1 color, then go to the next.
I printed this on the Ender 3.
Oh, now you're really brave.
Well, but this is like it was like before I got the bamboo. It was like over 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to own Ender 3 version 2. I would never. I stopped printing. Let me just put it that way. I stopped printing until I got the bamboo.
Yeah, I mean,
like Creality, I put it back in the box and set it in the closet, and then like a few months later, I bought the bamboo.
I used to spend about half my time working on fixing something on it.
Oh, you're trying
And
to
I
get
had to
it
change
to
it.
level out, or
Oh yeah. And I had
not
that's the
have
issue.
backlash and all that.
and the nozzle
nonsense.
would last 2 weeks if I was lucky, 3 weeks, you know.
But
It
that's
wouldn't
the issue
last.
with those printers. The hobby is really the printer, not printing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, on my 2 bamboo labs, I'm still using this. Well, I shouldn't say I'm still using the same nozzle. I did change them because I got a clog once, and I had to take it out. And all I did was I took it out, put a new one in, and then I cleaned the old one. You know, but one has like 6,000 hours, and the other one has like 4,000 hours,
Yeah,
and that's it.
I changed my first nozzle. I think it was like 4,600 hours because it was clogged, and I still have it. I
Yeah,
don't
all
need
you
it
do
because
is
I have
clean
a
it.
spare one, but
Same here. Same here. I cleaned it up, and the extruder also, mine got clogged up once. I opened it up, cleaned it, and put a new one in, and then cleaned it out afterwards. And they're new. They're both new there. You know,
Mine would
forget
always
it.
shift, so anything I couldn't print anything longer than like 6 hours, or it would shift over. the gantry or whatever would move, and I had these little blocks that I'd constantly have to calibrate it with before the print, and then if it went over 6 hours, it would bend back, and it would drive me insane because you couldn't print anything with it, and it was single color. And so yeah, it was not fun. It got put back in the box.
And I upgraded the extruder like 2 or 3 times. Not the extruder, the hot end. Last one I got was because they used to all the time you get all these the problem with the original ender is those the filament would just get clogged in all the time. And I upgraded like 3 different versions. The last one that I put in, I think, was a what's the name of this U.S. company that produces hot ends for almost, I forgot. I mean, anyway, I paid like $60 for the damn thing,
Swiss
and
Micro?
that was okay. Which one?
Was it Swiss Micro?
Exactly.
Okay.
And that was okay. I mean, that kind of worked more or less. But even then, I had to. It was a pain in the neck. When Bamboo came in, I said, "Forget it.
Yep.
I'm not going back." I gave mine. I had two different ones, and I gave them away to my son's friend, and he has them now.
I guess you don't like your son's friend very much.
Are they still friends?
Well, still friends. He's an engineer. He's and he uses 3D printers. So he has them at home, and he works on them. But he uses it, works. He worked with Bamboo also, so he has them just to play around.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for all of those prints that you sent in, Gabe, and we'll move over to Hotfix. And
I don't have many this week. This is one I made for a girl I went on a date with who likes green, blue, and orange. And in hindsight, I didn't think the orange eyes worked really well, so I printed the other eyes in black just in case. But I'm printing another one where the orange is on the bottom and the eyes are blue, and I already like it the way it looks a lot better. So, but this is Zero translucent glitter blue and orange, Bamboo Lab white and black, and my current. I have a love-hate relationship with it. It's the Galaxy Green from Prusament.
Mm-hmm. A beautiful green.
Yeah, I love
It is,
that color.
and it's like quasi-translucent, and it's like all this great stuff. You have to print it just right temperature, right speed. If you don't, it comes out really chalky looking. But and you guys will see why I haven't printed much. I printed a lot this week, but I haven't printed many models. So yeah, this is just showing the underside with the sparkle blue. I thought it's a good combination. It's just I think the orange will look better on the bottom.
What sparkle blue is that? That's from Bamboo?
No, that's Zero's translucent sparkle blue and the translucent sparkle orange, and
I like the blue.
It's a really good blue. It looks way darker, not printed, but when it prints, it's much lighter blue, and yeah.
I need to get a roll of those.
I'll send you a link.
I can.
Yeah, all their translucent sparkle filament is just gorgeous. The red is gorgeous. The orange is like almost like a caramel. They have two greens. They have a light green, which I don't own, and a very, very dark green that I printed the vase in last week. But anyway.
And there is where all of your print time is going.
That's right.
I think you might have a gecko infestation at your home.
I do. I have That's about 300.
Wow.
And there's about 400 kids in my school. I'm going to print probably another 30 or 40. And there's another dad. I think I mentioned this last week. Another dad at the school got a 3D printer because he saw mine, and he's printing a bunch of geckos using the same. The rainbow colored ones are Amelin high speed TPU, which prints really well. All the other ones that are single color are from various different manufacturers. Like the bright green is Giant Arm. The red is, I guess that's also Giant Arm. And then the silver ones that you can't see real well in this picture because the light for the window is always oversaturates it. That's a Duramic 3D. It looks almost like silver printed, but yeah, it's been, I've been running both my X1 Carbon and my A1 pretty much 2 to 3 batches of 6 each a day. So it definitely not help my kids knock it out of the park. It's the last year both of my kids are in the same grade school, so.
How long does it take to print the 6?
When I use the Amelin TPU, I can bump the volumetric flow because it's high speed, finger air quotes. I can bump the volumetric flow up to like 4.4 or 4.6 millimeters per second cubed, and I get 6 out in about 6 hours and 45 minutes, which
About
for
an hour.
TPU is, yeah, about an hour
Yeah.
each.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Then I have to hand blowtorch each of them to get the little TPU wisps off.
Mhm.
And then I glue in 2 6x3 magnets into each one with super glue. And I've gone through an entire big bottle of super glue already, and my fingers are tore up
Mm.
from removing all that. And even I have super glue solvent, like to take it off.
Yeah.
But there was the other day I did so much super glue that I literally had a solid chunk of super glue on my thumb. I just peeled it off.
Okay.
So
I hate that.
I have the next picture I have, which is my last picture, is a zoom in of some of them so you can see a little more closer and not have the light. There you go. So yeah, the red, and even torching them, there's still little bits and odds and ends you can't get off. But solid red and solid green, and then there's 2 different rainbow. There's like a red, green, yellow from Amelin, and then there's like a blue, green, tan as well. So lots of geckos. Yes, I know there's gloves, Gabe. Thanks. I don't wear
But I-
protection. I'm a real man. It takes all the feeling away.
TMI.
But is there any gloves that are good that are good for to work with glue? You know, I guess what glue are you using?
Just CA glue.
Super glue?
Yeah,
Whatever.
CA super glue. Yeah.
Yeah. And is there any gloves? I mean, because the normal, I've tried using gloves, but the normal, just regular, gloves, they stick.
It does.
Yeah.
Like the latex gloves I tried. I had a pair of latex gloves from my kids and I dye our hair every once in a while for fun, and yeah, it just tore the gloves up really bad.
Yeah.
So, but
I have some gloves that I bought when I'm working on a 3D print that has a lot of support and are difficult to take out, and I've cut myself taking out the support. So I bought these gloves that are pretty good actually, but I've been afraid to use them for to glue stuff. They're they're not your typical latex glove. They're stronger. They're more like elastic. I don't know what you call them. They look like you can use it for mechanical. I don't know what they're called. I bought them on Amazon. Anyway, they're
more
good
than
actually.
likely nitrile gloves
Yeah,
might be able to
could.
sustain.
Yeah. Okay. trying to see what the one that I bought. I haven't used them, and so one of the things I love about the bamboo is that I'm not using as much glue as I used to, because before everything had to be glued. Now with the Bamboo Lab, printers, I do use glue, but not as much as I used to, because most of the things I just print them all in one piece.
All right. Thanks for sending in these photos, Hotfix.
Absolutely. Thanks for humoring me.
Yeah, cool. Cool.
We'll get to the next ones here, and I don't know if Renee is out there, but these, I think he sent us a note on the last stream saying that he made some car parts out of the carbon fiber filament, and these are it. So some cup holders here.
Renee checked in earlier on chat.
Oh, I didn't see him. But these are pretty cool for functional prints that fit in the car. It looks really, really good.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it was meant to be there.
Perfect print.
That's a really good job.
How did Renee, if you're still in chat, how did you mount that? Oh wow, that's good too.
But yeah, these turned out really cool. Apparently, Renee wants to stay hydrated. Just kidding. A double-sided tape? Oh, that's what Robert said. And this is for his son's Polestar 2. Really cool. How did you have like a file or something that already had this door in there to shape it like that, or did you do it by trial by error? Or how did you make the shape like that? That's really, really cool. And I guess this other one locks in the glove box, and that's how it's mounted.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, it's really cool. He got the weird shape that the door storage was in. It's really, really cool.
Really awesome.
Looked like it was part of your car from the beginning, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Maker World had the files. Wow. That's really cool.
Oh.
And that's awesome when people make things like this and share it. Yeah, really, really cool prints. Thanks for sharing those, Renee.
Yeah, those are excellent. And what was the filament? It almost looks like a carbon fiber.
I believe so. Is it which carbon fiber filament did you use? All right. Thanks for sending those in. We'll wait on Renee to give us the answer on what type of filament, and we'll move on to Robert's prints.
5 holders.
What is it?
He said the car has 2 cup holders, but now he has 5.
See,
PAHTCF. Wow.
yeah.
PAHT. Okay. I gotta look that up.
I'm not sure what this is that Robert sent.
Penny in there.
It's a penny dispenser. Just kidding.
I don't know what it is. It looks like there's a penny there.
The latch for a beam. I think it's part of this piece here, maybe. And I think this is a redesign of the clamp or whatever that he made the last time, since it wasn't, I don't think the last one was strong or something like that. I believe it's what the email said. Super intricate, all of this. Yeah, the last one was very weak. This one does not look like it is very weak. It looks like it could hold an airplane wing on. It's a really cool design. Oh yeah, some of those engineering filaments are over $100 a roll.
Oh, the
So
button on the bottom. Go ahead.
the question is, do you really need PAHT carbon fiber for that? Or maybe something like the PA6, whatever carbon fiber could do it.
I mean, if you're gonna put it in a car like that, you
Yeah, you might want to put the best stuff out there.
No, but I'm just asking because I'm curious. What would the other one hold?
So I'm looking on that link I put in the chat, and they're saying normal like nylon carbon fiber is got like twice the amount of water absorption than this stuff. So if you're going to have that around cups and stuff, I think it makes sense to do the one that doesn't absorb as much water. So I get that.
Well, that makes sense.
Yep. All right, let's see what's next. Awesome design on the top, on the lid there. It's really, really cool. It's almost like tile. Like if I just zoomed in, that's just like a tile floor or something, or a backsplash or something. Looks really cool. And I like the pinstripe around the edge too. Very neat design. Very intricate for Q-tips.
Yeah, it almost looks like a hexagonal, like a bunch of I cannot talk tonight. It looks like a bunch of mini hexagonals. Does not read as a roll top.
Oh, does this roll? I guess this rolls in the bottom right here. And these little hexes are just flexible enough to do that, I'm guessing. Is there another picture of this? Oh, it's the clamp again. Oh, I think your pictures got out of order.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's a pillbox version of it. And here's another picture of it. I don't know why your pictures are out of order. But yeah, that looks really cool. I love that hexagonal design or whatever that is. That's really, really cool. All right, let's look at the longer clamp. And what do you use these for, Robert? These clamps? To glue fixtures. And I think you have some other pictures at the end here. And is this TPU, I believe, on the feed or whatever?
That looks really professional, man.
Yeah.
That looks really good.
I think there's the, I think this is the part design there. Yeah, this is super cool. I wish I could design I could do some of that and Fusion, but to put it all together like that takes some skills. It's really cool. There's the penny.
Oh, okay. So the penny is used basically as a piece of metal as like a uh to add rigidity to something, right?
That's what I'm guessing. Very cool design.
Mark,
So the clamp
technically,
is worth
it's
1 cent.
it's worth more than 1 cent because it costs more than 1 cent to make a penny.
This is true.
That's very clever, man. I don't think I would ever thought to shove
A penny
what do you
in
call
there? Yeah.
Yeah, oh God, I totally blanked on the word, but basically a coin in there. Yep.
All right, super cool. Well, that's all that we have for this week. Appreciate everybody joining. Be sure to smash the like button on your way out. Hot Fix, Ed, Gabe, thank you for joining as always. And Robert, Renee, thank you for sending in those pictures as well. Hope everybody has a great rest of your weekend. Thanks, and I'll see everybody tomorrow. Bye,
Awesome.
everybody.
Have a great one, guys.
Thank you for hosting us. Thank you for not kicking me out for saying real printers.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Okay,
Good
see you
night.
guys later. Bye-bye.